Hey, what's up? This is for all the plumbing business owners that also do HVAC, whether you're doing both or one or the other. This video is for you. This video is for you if you own a plumbing company and you have questions about home service agreements, right? Me being a plumber for 15 years, cracking the code on marketing, I remember performing service agreements. And we would sell them for a certain amount of price and give certain benefits. And I remember doing that type of work for many years. And it's a really great way to secure clients, to make sure that you keep your foot in the door and keep making money. Okay. So if you own a plumbing company, this video is for you. If you own a plumbing company and you want to learn how to create home service agreements, this video is for you. If you own a plumbing company and you want to learn how to train your plumbers and get a whole insight on that, a strategy, this video is for you. Okay, so today we have a co-host here. His name is Matt, and he's from Housecall Pro. For those of you that don't know what Housecall Pro is, it's a plumbing business software. You know, they take care of a whole bunch of stuff like scheduling, invoicing. Man, the list goes on and on and on. And one of the cool things that is in that platform is service agreements. So Matt is actually an expert in service agreements for plumbers. So we got together and we put together this free training strictly for plumbing business owners throughout the United States that and you could be around the world, but we cater to plumbers in the United States. And today you're going to learn something amazing. Those two main things: how to create the service agreements, and then how to train your plumbers. So take notes. We're also going to offer you 3 months of service at 50% off. That's like unheard of. And this is going to go away on August 31st. So if you're watching this video and it's after August 31st, send us a direct message and we'll see what we can do. We may not be able to honor it, so the cutoff is August 31st. Make sure you click on that link and get your 50% off for 3 months for Housecall Pro, so that you can organize your plumbing company, make more money, and organize your whole team and make them come together. Right now that everything's online, it's the best time to do it. All right, guys? So for those of you that don't know me very well, you know, my name is Tony G, and I'm the owner of Strictly Plumbers, and I was a plumber for 15 years. I studied marketing, I cracked the code on lead generation for plumbers, and I invented this bad boy. And then I went out and wrote a book, which is right there, and you can have that for free. As a matter of fact, you know, anywhere on Facebook, if you just put in the comments "free book," you will have an automated message to get that book for free anywhere on Facebook. So, you know, we specialize in website design, SEO, pay-per-click, and Facebook. And today we have an expert in the house, Matt from Housecall Pro. I'm going to let him take it from here and explain a little bit more of what is Housecall Pro, but more importantly, how to create these service agreements and how to train your plumbers. Okay, Matt, go ahead, buddy.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for that amazing introduction, Tony. I don't know if I can live up to that, but like you mentioned, my name is Matt. I've been with Housecall for close to 4 years now, bounced around different parts of the organization, but landed here, and I help run the affiliate partner program here at Housecall. So, you know, I used to run the community at Housecall Pro as well, and we threw meetups all across the US. And, you know, this was a huge topic of conversation: how to create service agreements for not only service professionals but plumbers. Why are they beneficial, and how, you know, how can you create that residual income on a monthly basis, on an annual basis, so you have, you know, more than just the jobs coming in. Cool. Let me share my screen. We'll take this away. Awesome. Here we go. Cool. See my screen there?
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome. Let's go, right? You know, Todd M. Fleming said, the greater the passive income you can build, the freer you will become, right? That's true. You know, creating something that will keep paying you today. You know, you're as good as your service agreements in your company is, right? A customer list is one thing, but your residual income is a whole nother, right? You all should be thinking of your exit strategy. What's going to happen after? All right, so who uses service agreements? Service agreements, reoccurring maintenance agreements, whatever you want to call them. They used to really be pioneered by the HVAC industry, but more and more industries are starting to dive into, like plumbing, the cleaning industry, electrical. All of these industries can tailor a service maintenance agreement to their business if you just think how to do that. And that's what I'm going to kind of be talking about today. Cool. So, why do they benefit a plumbing business? For starters, they can be tailored to individual clients, right? So you cover all aspects of the service. Say you're installing a water heater, right? That water heater is going to need to be serviced, possibly more than once a year. So how do you sell your customer on paying you an extra fee, whatever that fee may be, to get that money coming in? Protects both you and the customers, guaranteeing the quality of service, right? Spelling out to the client, your customer, what you're doing, why you're doing it, and the obligations behind it. And it provides a quick and convenient solution for your customers by allowing them to pay a fixed cost, right? Period. $200 for the year, and I will do X, Y, and Z. I will come out X times a year. Super important, right? So how should you set it up, right? People ask, I just do installs and that's it. I don't do service. How should I set something up like this? Well, for starters, right, you want to have that plan name. And I put name or names in there, right? Maybe you've got a silver, a gold, and a diamond plan. Different cost structures because you're going to do a little bit more as you move up. So obviously a plan description. What are you planning on doing? Include system checkups, perform, regular intervals. During the maintenance, we will. And then that full description of what services are going to be provided. Performance standards, right? What you're going to do. Number of visits a year. Maybe you're coming out 4 times a year. Maybe you're coming out twice a year. Maybe it's just once a year, right? Really good to put a little clause in there in event of an emergency, right? What should the customer do? Should they contact you directly? Should they book a job online? Showing that you have goodwill in it, consequences for failing to meet the commitments, right? Showing what you'll do, how you'll support the customer in case things go south. And then obviously an end date. When does this contract end? When will the customer stop paying for that service?
I like that.
Right? So we have the ability, at Housecall, we've got about 15, a ton of different plumbers on the system. We have the ability to kind of look what it's done for our customers. For starters, your customers are 2 times more likely to book you again if you offer service agreements. Think about that. You can get double the amount of work just for offering service agreements, right? Showing that loyalty. And then pros who offer service agreements earn 24% more revenue than those who don't. Right? It makes sense. You're adding to the top of the funnel. Like Tony and I were just talking, I brought up, say you've got 10,000 customers in your system and you sell them each a $200 service agreement, right? Do the math. That's some sizable residual income that's coming in, not including the water heater install that you'll be doing for that customer, or going out and cleaning out the pipes, or different service calls. And getting your foot in the door with a service agreement will open the possibility to upsells, cross-sells. Say the newest technology comes out, you train your techs on saying, hey, oh, by the way, we offer X, Y, and Z services. Okay, so there's a lot more possibilities in here to earn more revenue, and the graphs show for themselves. Okay, so most importantly, right, you may not be in the field anymore, you have employees, so how do you train your techs to sell? For starters, it sounds pretty dumb, but sit down, hold a training session, right? Take the employees through how and what they should be selling and why it's important. Right, give them skin in the game. Maybe offer a bounty for every service agreement sold. They get, a certain dollar amount, $50 Amazon gift card, whatever you want to offer to incentivize for selling those plans. And then really teach the knowledge behind why it's important to sell the reoccurring money. You know, employees don't want to just be employees don't want to just be treated like employees. They want to know that they're contributing to the greater good of the business. So giving them that, you know, teaching them, giving them the ownership of, you know, giving them a goal of X amount of service plans to sell by an end date, right? Gives them skin in the game, and then you're incentivizing them for doing so. All right. Any questions on any of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What is the average cost of a service agreement for the, you know, across the nation? I know you guys have some really cool stats, but what do you find that's average out there for the guys?
You know, it really depends. We put together a few templates, and for plumbing, you know, for a 2-time-a-year maintenance plan covering, you know, things like, you know, system checkups, regular scheduled intervals during maintenance. You know, you'll be doing maybe locating and tag all emergency shutoffs, check operation of toilets, fixtures, expose hot and cold supply lines, etc. And the list goes on. Gas, water heater, checking cleaning, etc. Check the burner. You know, for a 2-time-a-year, somewhere in the upwards of $200 per customer per plan sold, right? And like, if you go back to what I said, where you can have multiple tiers for the plans, maybe your limited plan is $200 and it only goes up from there, and you offer a little bit more and you offer $300 for 2 times a year, and it keeps going up. Any other questions?
Yeah, it sounds like you have a pretty healthy list when it came to that service agreement and like the responsibilities of what a plumber should be doing. Is that something that's provided in Housecall Pro? Will you give the guys a list so that way they know what to do, but it's always good to, you know, cross-reference with an outline and maybe add to their arsenal. Maybe some of the guys need this.
Yeah, so we have, you know, for starters, we've got a Facebook community of about 8,500 Housecall Pro customers, including, you know, all different verticals. And you don't necessarily have to gain just examples from another plumber, right? You can get an example from an HVAC company. You get an example from a cleaning company and a plumbing company, and see what they do and how you can shape that. We've got a very robust help section in Housecall Pro where we've put together templates based on examples that we've received from customers on this is what they do. So, you know, that's free online as well. But the really cool thing within Housecall Pro, you have the ability to fully customize. We'll give you a base template, but you have the ability to fully customize what you want in the service agreement, what to name it, what the cost is, duration, you know, contract, how long it lasts, etc. If that helps answer.
Yeah, that's really cool. Those are all really good questions. You know, one thing that helped me out in the field with service agreements was change orders. Change orders are huge. I remember when I would go out and snake a drain for like I don't know, $100. You know, everybody's got different prices, but the companies that I would work for, they always had a special to get our foot in the door. And once we would do that with really good customer service, would win over the customer and put a sewer camera, you know, inspection, perform a sewer camera inspection on every drain cleaning job, especially if it's a main line. So that way to see if there's any root intrusions, if there's an offset, broken clay pipe, whatever, whether it's cast iron or PVC, it doesn't matter, like what's going on in that main line. And then we would come to find out as plumbers that, well, there's a big offset where 2 pipes connect. And let's say there's like a rubber Fernco, and there's, because of the pressure in the ground, maybe there's an offset. So then the plumber has to call out for a change order, and it's no longer $100 drain cleaning, right? We've got to educate the homeowners on, hey, here's your real plumbing problem. It's right here on the camera. And that is where I would bust out with the home service agreement. Because let's say you'd sell it for $200, but let's say it comes up with a 10% discount. That's something that we would use at my company. So if the spot repair and dual sweep cleanouts cost, let's say, $3,000, 10% of that would be 300 bucks. So it offsets the bill. It's like, get your subscription now and you'll actually get, it'll actually be free if you think about it. And you got some change left over. I'm buying you lunch now. And when you control the perception like that inside the homeowner's house, inside their home, and you pitch it, you craft your offer that way, it will allow so many doors to be open for change orders. And it's an ethical way of doing it. What works even better is if you offer the home service agreement when you're troubleshooting, as you're getting a signature to initiate the service call. Because as a plumber, we have two signatures mainly. The work to get started, right? Hey, I troubleshoot it, and I'm gonna troubleshoot it, and I'm gonna see what's going on. And then this is what it's gonna cost you for now. Or hey, you know, I troubleshooted it, and it's gonna be 88 bucks for drain cleaning. Sign here so I can clean your drain. And then after the work is performed, you should get another signature upon completion. So if you pitch it in the front and they say no, right? Well, right in that change order, you bring it back up again and it's fresh in their mind and it's usually a close. So that's the training I'm going to provide for you guys today. Just touch base on, you know, how these service agreements could benefit your company. So another thing could be like priority in dispatch. If you call, you will get priority in dispatch. It's not just about a discount.
The membership.
Flush your water heater once a year. I'm sorry, go ahead, Matt.
I just said it's a membership, right? It's an elite status. You're joining a club, right?
It's true. I think the people of quality are your clients for this service model. And let's face it, those are the best clients. You know, nobody really loves penny pinchers. I'm not here to, you know, talk down anybody or anything like that, but let's face it, you're a plumbing business owner, okay? You want your plumbers to do well, and you want to keep your clients. Home service agreements is a huge opportunity. Take this training. I hope you write down the questions, all the things that you need to be considered to create the home service agreement, and then what it takes to basically train your plumbers, you know. What should I incentivize my customers? There's a really good list, you know.
Exactly. So, yeah. So I'll hop into this real quick, but you know, how do you incentivize your customers? Like, first you've trained your technicians. Now, how do you incentivize your customers to then take that deal? For starters, I mean, Tony hit on it. He'd offer a 10% discount, right? Maybe take the loss up front, but guess what? Their reoccurring revenue, that 10% is going to get wiped away real quick, right? Frequent customers are more likely to be swayed by the potential savings of a reoccurring service agreement because they see that light, right? They see what it's going to do for them. You know, customers kind of always want to feel like they're being taken care of a little bit, but really you're the one that's going to be benefiting from getting a foot in the door. They just don't know that until it's there, right? Throw in a complimentary service like an attaboy, right? Nice touch. Tasks such as replacing a gasket, swapping out smoke detectors, right? Or just, you know, a free piping snake pipe, right? Get that stuff unclogged, and then implement a referral program that rewards your customers, right? So we just talked about it. Number one, for starters, these customers are joining like it's a membership, it's a club, right? Now offer those people a maybe like a referral bounty, if you will, to encourage them to spread the word about subscription-based services for referral. Okay, right? And we had mentioned it. Housecall Pro. Oh, who do we got here? We got somebody. How's it going?
Andrea. Hey, Andrea. Andrea's awesome.
Hey. And then yeah, you know how in Housecall, like I kind of touched on it, you can create custom plans. You know, add your customer, store that credit card on file. So all the customer has to do, it'll auto pay. You know, they already have their card on file, and then get that money. All right. Create custom plans. Like I was talking about, set up the price list. You know, add plan name, plan duration, include visits. plan price and billing cycle, right? You can auto add that discount if, say, they pay every 6 months or they pay annually, as opposed to a monthly. But give them all the options. You know, maybe I only want to pay $10 a month, or I could save 10% if I pay annually, right? Netflix does this, Spotify does this. All of these subscription-based companies are doing that to incentivize, you know, the lump sum as opposed to the monthly, but they give the customer the option, right? And the customer is going to have like a payment portal, right? We've got, you know, save card for future recurring payments. So all they have to do, put it in once, set it and forget it, right? I don't log into netflix.com and pay for it every month. Just auto bills my credit card. And you could have the possibility to do that within Housecall. Customer will have the possibility, create their own account, put in their password, card on file, and then they could pay either yearly, every 6 months, or monthly. Right, and Tony hit on it. You know, we kind of went through this pretty quick, but if you are interested, up until August 31st, you can get your first 3 months half off of Housecall included. Depending on the plan you come in, you will have those service agreements. We have more than an ample opportunities to train up on service agreements. Feel free to contact me directly. I'll walk you through how to do it, as well as our Facebook community, our help section. We've got videos online on how to exactly do that. But you know, since you're coming from the webinar from Tony, you go to housecallpro.com/strictly plumbers. Sign up through Housecall. You get your first 3 months half off.
Yep. And if you don't put strictly dash plumbers in there, you may not get that big discount. So pay attention, guys. This is a big deal because Housecall Pro does so much more than just service agreements. So Matt, just real quick, buddy, you know, I'd love for you to elaborate a little bit. What are the other benefits of Housecall Pro?
I mean, I like to call Housecall the brains of the operation, the set it and forget it, right? It'll help you do things like scheduling, invoicing, dispatching out your technicians, set up those recurring service plans, automated communication, right? You know, send the customer an automated text when, you know, the job's scheduled, when you're on your way, when that job is finished. Online booking, right? Have your customers the ability to book your services to your calendar in live time, right? It'll auto update to your calendar. If you're available to be booked, customer can book you. You could set those parameters up, right? Get those jobs coming in the middle of the night. You know, when your business hours, when you're closed, it says you're never closed. Customers are looking. More than a third of the bookings online happen out of office hours, right? You always want to be open, okay? And then just, you know, things like organization, customer database, stuff like that, where you'll basically be able to run your plumbing business on the cloud from an app, really just to set it and forget it and really organize your business. Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I like Housecall Pro as well is it's like a plumbing business software in a box, you know. There's a lot of pieces that you got to put out there, like even credit card processing. You got to go get it from over there and tie it to your, and then you got QuickBooks and then you have your scheduling and are you doing things on paper? Man, there's so many reasons why these softwares work really well. And what beats 50% off, not just 1 month, 2 months, but 3 months. Guys, get in touch with Matt, fill out that form, housecallpro.com/strictly-plumbers. You know the game. We are marketing for plumbers. Matt, thanks so much for hanging out with us and educating the plumbing business owners on how to create these bad boys. All right. So if you want more information, click on the link below and sign up so you can get free information. All right, guys, have a great day.
All right, guys, take care. Bye.